everybody is creating their Blythe doll makeup. I didn't know this was a thing. Here's what AI chose for me as my Blythe doll. So I thought, why not recreate this? Because this makeup is actually really cute. Let's start by prepping the skin, for which I'm going to be using the ILIA The Base Face Milk. This is a super lightweight moisturizer. Honestly, the way I actually use this product is by using it in the morning after cleansing. My morning routine is as soon as I've washed my face, I first use the KＡYA face pack. So I keep it on for about 10 minutes, followed by a serum and then a moisturizer. And I use this many a times as my moisturizer. Just keep in mind, it's a tiny bit tacky, but when it absorbs in the skin, it's just fine. Next, I'm going in with a primer. This is Glaze It by KàYA Beauty. This literally makes my face look like a glazed donut. It gives you that glass skin. I not just have dry skin, I also have super sensitive skin, and this is amazing on my skin. Feels really soft and nourished. A primer can help fill in all those pores and fine lines and smooth out your skin, and also feels a little bit sticky. So when you apply your foundation or concealer, it's going to adhere better to your skin and last longer. This is a doll-like transformation. So I need that foundation which will give me that beautiful skin-like look. So I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match. This is in the shade Warm Medium. This is a foundation that I would use on a regular because it's a drugstore foundation and it has so many different shades. I have one for summer and one for winter because obviously during summer I'm a little bit more tan. The product is thin, so it doesn't get cakey, doesn't oxidize, and doesn't break down even after a full day's wear. If you have acne or breakouts and still want to use foundation over it, although I don't recommend, if you want to use foundation, use something thin like this. And I also recommend this to beginners because you don't spend a whole lot. It's from the drugstore and it's also very easy to blend as well as layer up. Always make sure to bring the foundation down to your neck as well if your face doesn't match with your neck especially, so it all looks like one piece. And in areas where I need that extra coverage, I'm going to be using a concealer. This is the Live Tinted Concealer in the shade 15. Now that I've been using the KＡYA Beauty mask for over 4 months and I've seen a huge difference in the way my dark circles have faded, the texture of my skin. Overall, I'm taking really good care of my skin. So I don't exactly need to use the same color concealer as my skin tone. I can go a little bit lighter and it won't give me flashbacks. You'll see how beautifully this covers everything up. I'm going to let this concealer dry just a tad bit before I blend it out. So let's add some dimension in the meantime. And for that, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer in 2 Medium. With this product, if you don't own it, you're missing it. It is creamy and I love how blendable it is and how well it works with any other product that you apply on your face. This bronzer has that velvety texture. It feels luxurious and blends out smoothly. I am so impressed with this one. And best of all, the shade is amazing. It doesn't give you those red undertones. I'm going to be using it in the usual areas in the circumference of my face, in the hollows of my cheekbones, in my jawline, as well as my nose. Now that the concealer is a little bit dry and tacky, I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with a dry sponge, not a wet sponge, a dry sponge. Although a damp sponge will blend better, a dry sponge will absorb less product. And this concealer is a serum concealer, so it's a little bit on the thinner side. So if I use a damp sponge, it's going to quickly absorb all of that product. I was a little skeptical of using this concealer in the beginning because it's a serum concealer. Serum concealers are a little bit more thinner. And because I had so much dark circles, I just felt like this is not a good fit for me. But the coverage is incredible for a serum concealer. And now that my dark circles have started to fade, I'm going to be using lighter and lighter concealers like this. I think it looks incredible to highlight, especially under the eyes. The concealer is very versatile. It's forgiving, blends and layers well. A doll needs a blush. And I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Futurist Blush Marker Dewy Cheek Tint Liquid Blush. And this is a vibrant pink color. It's called Across the Dance Floor. It's the first time that I'm using this, so I want to use just a tad bit because I don't know the pigment payoff. And sure enough, that is stunning. It's so gorgeous. It blended seamlessly. It looks so natural and it dries down nicely. A little goes a long way. This blush is going to look stunning on days when you don't want too much makeup and you just want to go for that flushed rosy hue with a no makeup look. Using the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil Powder, I'm going to set my entire face. I've already said this, if there's one powder I would pick for the rest of my life, then this is going to be it. because as we age, there's going to be more fine lines and wrinkles, and sometimes we shy away from powder, but not with this one. It's so finely milled, it doesn't settle in the fine lines, it doesn't look cakey or dry, and it settles beautifully on the skin. And I have extremely dry skin. This powder sets the skin, calms the redness. It's great to apply over makeup, over sunscreen, what have you. Just look at the way it removed all that shine and gave me that filtered look. I literally feel like a walking filter when I use this powder. One of the most important features in a doll's face is the nose. Of course, the eyes and the lips, of course. Yes, I understand, but also the nose. So I'm going to be using a brown pencil to create that cute button nose. You can also use a contour stick or an eyeshadow, but to be extremely precise, I prefer a pencil. I'm just drawing a circle right in the center, and I'm going to quickly smudge it out with my finger. We want it to be subtle, so I'm going to set it with powder so it fades it. Now, because the doll is blush heavy, I'm also going to be using a powder blush. This is the KЯYA Beauty Super Suede Blush in the shade Stella. It's a beautiful corally pink, but extremely pigmented, so just take very little at a time. Now onto the brows and eyes. For my brows, I'm just going to be using a black eyeshadow. This is from the Boring palette, which is my collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics. I'm just going to use this spoolie first to brush my brow hair upward, and I'm going to only fill in the sparse areas in my brows. The doll picture definitely shows a very defined set of brows, and that's what I'm going for. When you have thick, dark brows like me, just be very careful on how much product you want to use if you're using an eyeshadow on your brows, because if you make it look very heavy, it's going to weigh down on your lids, and especially if you have hooded lids like me, then it's going to look even more droopy. So take very little at a time and just start filling in the sparse areas while you shape your brows. Before applying any eyeshadows, let's clean up the lids. What do I mean by clean up? I'm just going to be using some concealer to even out the skin tone all the way from my lash line to the brow bone, so it looks like one skin tone. Usually the lid space has a little bit of pigment, so the skin tone is definitely a little bit different than what it is under the brows. So by spreading a concealer out throughout, you're evening out the base. That gives you a clean canvas for your eyeshadows. And just so the concealer doesn't move or settle in the fine lines and crease, I'm going to quickly set it with the Bare Minerals powder. The eye makeup on the doll looks pretty simple. It's my kind of eyeshadow, so I'm going to be using Buff, which is a lighter brown shade, to enhance the socket area. So I'm going to be using it to blend it in the socket area, almost creating like a fake crease above my natural crease line to make the lid space appear bigger. I'm using a smaller blending brush to first focus this in the socket area, and then using a larger blending brush, I'm going to buff it out further so it looks well blended. And then to balance everything out, I'm going to use it in my lower lash line as well. The same eyeshadow with a smaller brush, smoking it throughout my lash line all the way from the outer to the inner corner. And then I'm going to pick up this deeper shade of brown called Depth. Using a flat brush, I'm going to stamp it in my lower lash line. And if you observe, I'm stamping it very close to the lashes. And then using a blending brush, I'm going to smoke it out further so it blends in with the first lighter brown shade that we used. Using Halo, I'm going to apply it right in the center of the lid. What this is going to do is, because it's a lighter shade, it's going to give my lid a more rounder appearance. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using the One Size Point Made liquid liner. That doll definitely has a winged liner, but because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to make the wing a tad bit smaller, and I'm also going to line my lash line. We need those big, beautiful lashes, so I'm going to first curl my lashes before I use mascara, for which I'm using the Persona Cosmetics mascara. I'm going to be applying a generous coat both in my top as well as bottom lashes. Again, lashes I feel are such a prominent part of a doll's face. Like, that brightens up the eye, makes it look more doll-like, for which I'm going to also use the mascara in my lower lashes. For lashes, I'm going to be using Lily Lashes in Soho. These are fluttery lashes that actually will finish up this eye look and give you that doll-eyed look. Using some highlighter, this is the Flash highlighter. It's my collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics. I'm going to enhance that button nose by also using it in the bridge of the nose. Now to create those doll lips, I'm going to be using some concealer in the corners of my lips, because usually the doll lips are more poutier in the center, but they're narrower, they're not wide. So by using concealer on the sides, you're giving that illusion of narrow and pout lip. And the doll's lips, Is that a natural color? I'm going to use something that will enhance my natural lip color, but just gives that extra little bit of something. So this is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in 604, which is up and down tan. It's going to give you that My Lips but better kind of a look. So I'm going to use this in the borders and I'm going to shade it in towards my lips. So I'm going to be filling in my lips with this as well. And to lock everything in, I'm going to be using the One Size Powder Melt Setting Spray. Once again, here's a picture of my Blythe doll. And here is the recreated makeup. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and loved this look. In fact, this is a look that I would wear as well. It's not just for the doll, it's for us too. But I wouldn't stress about the button nose. Overall, it's my kind of look and I hope it's yours as well. If you want information on any of the products that I used, you'll find that in the description box below, along with links to all the products that I used today. I love you guys so much and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye guys.